Ipsita, you seem like such a calm person. How did you get here? What happened, or how much violence it took for you to be this gentle, or how can I become the same? Don't sweat the small stuff. Now, how did I come up with the title of this video? If you are my OG follower, if you've been following me for at least 5 years now, you know that this is the one book that I keep recommending time and again. I've been recommending this book since 2018, and it's a book that changed my life for the good, and I've never been the same person I was before I read it. And it's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff by Richard Carlson. Hi, I'm Ipsita Das. You might know me as Hello Ipsita from Instagram. I'm a personal development coach, I'm a TEDx speaker, and a content creator. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're here, I'm extremely thankful for you. And here we talk about topics like mindset, communication, confidence, and we focus on building a very strong relationship with yourself and becoming a most magnetic version of yourself. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. I've been waiting to say this for such a long time. Thank you for being here, and welcome to the other side. I've been recommending this book so much to my friends, to my clients. I literally have 5 extra copies of this book at my home as we speak, just to give it out to my friends and family and anybody who asks me for it. The author of the book, unfortunately, Dr. Carlson, he passed away, but his wife, Dr. Christine Carlson, she reached out to me to speak about the book and express her happiness around me supporting the book so much for so long. And we're always in touch, and we talk about the book, and they're coming out with a new version of the book that I'm probably going to talk about soon. But this is how impactful this book has been on my life, on my client's life, on your life as well, if you've been around for a while on my socials. Why am I talking about this? Because the number one question, or the number one comment, or the number one thing that I get on my Instagram, on my socials is, Ipsita, you seem like such a calm person. How did you get here? What happened, or how much violence it took for you to be this gentle, or how can I become the same? Or how do I become a calmer and a less reactive person on a day-to-day basis? There are a few ways to do it. There's a reason why this is the title of the video, because don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. All sorts of things happen to you on an everyday basis. All sorts of things happen in life on an everyday basis. But if you continue to give a reactive response to everything, you're going to feel like your self-control is eroding away, and your own relationship with yourself erodes in proportion to how reactive you are. There are 3 ways to deal with triggers, to deal with the small stuff or whatever that happens to you on an everyday basis. And the number one thing is to remember step 1. Your emotions and your behavior don't have to match. The biggest mistake that we make when it comes to stuff like emotional intelligence, or just trying to understand ourselves, is we assume that whatever I'm feeling is how I'm supposed to react, or my emotions and my behavior have to match. But that's not true, because emotions are something that is very primal. Whatever happens, if there's a trigger that shows up, now my first reaction or my first emotion that's going to come up for me is very reactive, it's very primal, it's very raw. That does not mean that I have to act accordingly. My emotions could be extremely volatile and metaphorically violent in my head, but my behavior can be equally calm if I have enough understanding, experience, and restraint, right? So number 1, your emotions and your behavior don't have to match. Anytime that you get an emotion that's uncomfortable for you, that makes you want to react, pause. Give it some time. Give it 10 seconds, give it 20 seconds. What will happen in those 20 seconds is whatever you're feeling is going to change. Whatever you're feeling is going to transform into a newer type of feeling, which is much calmer, which is not as inflammatory, which is not as triggering. Maybe this second layer of thinking or this second layer of emotion is not enough. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe it's not calm enough. You give it a little bit more time. You get a third layer of thought. The key being that you give it time. You practice giving your emotions some time for them to show up in more evolved ways. The very first instant trigger emotion that you're going to get is coming from the most unevolved or most inexperienced part of you, the most primal part of you, which is a part of being human. We are all evolutionarily, we are beings that are coming from history of being reactive. Because if I, as a cave woman or a cave man, would feel hunky-dory and positive all the time, I would end up dead in 20 minutes. Sensitivity to negative emotion is a very evolutionary thing that happens to us, which is why it's okay to have those emotions. But as a civilized human being and somebody who's gone through the steps of evolution, I'm going to give it some time. I'm going to give my emotions some time to evolve into something that is much more calmer. That's going to make it much easier for me to not be so reactive. Number 2, zoom out. Picture yourself 12 hours into the future. Imagine that you didn't react the way that you always do, that your behavior was much, much, much calmer this time. Picture yourself 12 hours into the future. How good do you feel about yourself? Naturally, you're gonna be a little bit more proud of yourself for not reacting the way that you've always reacted. So just having that perspective of me feeling good about myself in the future is going to prevent me from being reactive in this moment. This comes with practice. It's not going to be a one-time thing. You're going to have to repeatedly do this thing again and again every time a trigger comes up. The first 5, 6, 7 times are going to be a little rough. That's when you're trying to make this a habit for yourself. But after the 7th time, after the 8th time, once you've done it enough, anything gets registered in your being. Any habit becomes a part of your identity if you do it enough number of times. So repetition. Now, number 3, do not take it personally. Nothing that nobody does, you're supposed to take it personally. You're not. Now imagine if I'm driving. Okay, I'm stuck in traffic and there's a lot of traffic around me. But at the same time, I'm in a good mood today. I'm fine. I had a great time. I had a great breakfast. I had a good time yesterday, whatever. I'm probably just going to blast some music. I'm going to pass my time. Maybe it's a couple of hours stuck in traffic, but I'm fine. I'm going to be okay. I just pass my time and then as soon as the traffic opens, I move ahead. I move on. Scenario number 2. The next day, it's the same traffic, same car, right? Same situation, but I'm in a really bad mood today. I'm extremely frustrated for whatever reason. Maybe I had a fight at home. Maybe I didn't have a good night. Maybe I didn't have a good breakfast. Whatever it is, maybe I'm sick. Maybe I have a headache. Whatever the reason, I'm just not in a good mood. I'm not going to react the same way that I did yesterday. Today, I'm probably going to roll my windows down, honk at everybody, and yell at the people around me. The situation is the same. The car is the same. The route is the same. The time of the day is the same. The only thing that's different is how I'm feeling about myself on that particular day. And based on how I'm feeling about myself on that day, that is going to decide my reactions. That is going to decide how I behave with the people around me. But does that mean that people around me were at fault just because I yelled on the second day? No. The only difference was how I was feeling about myself on that particular day. So that same thing applies to when somebody is probably being rude to you, somebody is probably being mean to you, somebody is not really behaving with you the way that you would ideally expect. Give them the benefit of doubt that maybe they're just not having a good day, because hurt people hurt people. Nobody in their sane minds, nobody who's happy and at peace with themselves, nobody who's content with themselves is going to lash out at you or react in ways that's not nice or that could be hurtful. This is the most important realization that you can have in trying to be a calmer person on a day-to-day basis. This has been personally my game changer that I had years ago, that completely shifted the way that I deal with people, that completely shifted the way that I look at people, that also completely shifted the way that I look at myself as a result of interacting with people. And this is the one thing you have to remember in your attempt to become the best version of yourself and to become a more calm person on a day-to-day basis. So don't sweat the small stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.